First thing I need is half a pound of butter. It's unsalted butter, and it's at room temperature, and not just softened, but really room temperature. It's the best way to cream butter. 1 cup of brown sugar. I use light brown sugar. If you have dark brown sugar, I'm sure it's not a problem. Lightly packed. And a half a cup of granulated sugar. And just cream that for a few minutes until it's really light and fluffy. Okay, while that's on, I'm going to get the dry ingredients together. So the first thing I need is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I always like to sift the dry ingredients together. It combines them, but also make sure there's nothing in there that you don't want in your blondies. 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Just sift that together. Perfect. And now the butter and sugar should be just perfectly creamed. And it is. Okay, next is vanilla. Vanilla is really important in blondies because it's the only thing that really flavors the batter. And of course, vanilla and chocolate always go together. That's 1 teaspoon and 2. And then 2 eggs at room temperature, 1 at a time. Just let them mix into the batter. It's really important also that the eggs are at room temperature because otherwise they'll make butter cold and you've just wasted all your time. Okay, low speed. Now I'm going to add the dry ingredients. And just add them slowly. This is where you don't want to overbeat the batter. You also don't want to add it in one clump, otherwise you'll have bits of flour in the dough. Okay, that's the dough. So just scrape this down. Make sure I get all the batter in the blondies. You can actually just do it with your hands. The clean hands are a cook's best tools, right? Much faster. Okay, now I need lots of chocolate chunks and walnuts. And I'm just going to fold them in by hand. First I have 1 1/2 cups of chopped walnuts and 1 1/4 pounds of chocolate chunks. That's like about 1 1/4 packages. And just fold them in by hand. Oh, that looks like a lot of chocolate chunks. That just means they're going to be really good blondies. So these are semi-sweet chocolate chunks. You can use chocolate chips if you prefer, but these have more like really great chocolate flavor. Okay, into the pan. So this batter can either be very thin, crisp cookies, but right now I'm going to make blondies with them. So this is an 8.5 by 12 by 2 inch pan. I'm just going to dump the whole thing in. I mean, tell me that doesn't look good. And just spread it all out. You can sometimes actually do this with wet fingers, but I'll use a spatula. Okay, this is going to go into the oven, 350 degrees for exactly 30 minutes. And that'll give me just enough time to show you how the exact same batter will make thin, crisp chocolate chunk cookies, and they're just as good. You make an identical dough, change absolutely nothing. Then, drop scoops of batter onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. With a 1 3/4 inch round ice cream scoop, it's a small scoop, or you can use a tablespoon. I know some people like their cookies thick and chewy. I like mine crisp on the outside and creamy on the inside, and the chocolate chunks make them really gooey. Then just dampen your hands a little bit and flatten the dough slightly. Okay, into the oven, 350 degrees for exactly 15 minutes. It's really important to underbake the cookies, just like underbaking the blondies, to get the right texture. When the time's up, take them out. They will seem underdone, but they won't be. Trust me. Just let them cool slightly. Transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely. So that's how the cookies turned out. Let's see how the blondies do. So the key to the blondies is if you put a toothpick in, it won't quite come out clean. And that means they're done. You want them really underdone. Perfect. Just a little wet. Okay, while these cool, come with me to the pantry.